Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Concrete Jungle, issue number 1 from Scout Comics. Notice the written words there, mature readers. Yeah, that's going to be important because you're going to get like a couple of pages in and be like, "Oh, damn. It's graphic, it's really fussed." I loved this book, man. Make no mistake about it. Wow. Let's talk about who made this comic book. We'll get a little bit more into the comic book itself. The writer is Sheldon Allen, who is black. That is important because I had to look it up afterwards. There's some things that happened in this comic book where I'm like, at least 4 times reading this comic book, I said, "Yo, Sheldon better be black writing this kind of stuff." Like, that's real talk, dude. Wow. Anyway, Carl Mostert on art. I hope I didn't butcher that name. I don't know if you guys ever seen a picture of Carl, but he's a big dude. I'm saying, if he gets pissed, I ruined his name. I don't know how big Warnia Sahadawa is, but the colorist, hopefully, I'm just saying, okay? We got a couple, not easy to pronounce names for me. Anyway, letters by Matt Bowers. That's an easy enough name. Watch, I completely butchered that. It's Bewares or something. Like I said, this is Scout Comics. Guys, this book is so good, I just want to do a reading of it. I'm not going to because that's spoilers, and I'm not here to spoil a book. But I'm going to tell you right now, I love this, and I just want to do a freaking reading. Bro, like this first page. I love this gun. I love the body. Like, right away, you're starting to realize there's something up here. Home Slice doesn't belong here. And the way that the book progresses in the first couple pages is really important because him saying, "I love this gun." Okay, we're getting an idea of this person being a psychopath. We're seeing, okay, pretty modern looking city, the back of some cops. There's a bunch of bullets flying around. I get it. And then he says, "I love this body." Right away. First off, guy don't have a body most people are going to love. That being said, you could tell right away this isn't his body. Right? He's got some kind of mind transferal thing or something. I've seen comics like that. Forget the name of the Aftershock comic that did that, but like Karma from the New Mutants, you know what I'm saying? You can possess your body and stuff. You possess your mind and therefore take over your body. Anyway, it just keeps going. Who knew you can get this kind of mileage out of a lowly language arts teacher? I was a university professor teaching English as a foreign language. Language arts is close enough to my alley. Watch it, all right? This body, not too shabby, I'm saying. Anyway, so, like the things that this dude says, the things that are just said in this comic book period, man, I'm dying as I'm reading this. So, pretty quickly you see, oh, there are monsters or aliens here. And then you start seeing that some of them are cops also. Right down here, the blue-faced cop. You start to slowly get introduced to this world. It's like, okay, cool. So within just a couple of pages, without addressing it in the dialogue, the art explains it immediately. This feels like an indie comic, which is great because it allows you to make a couple of exceptions that you wouldn't make for a Marvel or a DC comic book, which is good because it lets you get more invested in the comic book. So once the dialogue, the exposition starts, that's when you start to get more of the idea of what's going on here because there's a brand new recruit on the police department with Annie, the grizzled old veteran. And she is ass kicking, and I'm saying she's kind of like a Jessica Jones, who's more in control of herself and actually working for the department. The dialogue that everybody has in here is great, especially hers though. Like, wow. And again, the writer is black. When you read this, you're going to ask. If I didn't tell you, I promise you, I swear, you're going to be thinking to yourself, this writer better be black. Like the things that are said, bro. So this new recruit doesn't last for very long. He's excused in a very good way, a very believable way. And the humor afterwards, what is said when he actually leaves is hysterical and so true. Like I'm just sitting there like I'm one of these cops and I'm believing them. I never envisioned myself as a cop before. But these guys, yeah, you got robots aliens, monsters, genetic experiments, and a couple of humans lying around. Cool. This is cool. Also, four-titted hookers. No, this is important, especially when you get to dialogue like this. Follow along with me, okay? And this is small because it's whispered to each other, so give me a second here. Who's the slut? I don't know, but if she ever needs a life-saving donkey punch, sign me up. That immediately put this book on my pull list. If nothing else in this comic book would have, this did. All right? No, I love this comic book. Bro, you got pretty much everything. You got sex, you got drugs, you got violence, extreme graphic violence, you got language. You got cool advertisements about there's a device that's mentioned in here. You got to make sure you wear this, otherwise the telepaths will rape your brain with no Vaseline. An Ice Cube reference? Sign me up! This is freaking hysterical. The conversation between Annie and her chief, bruh. The book moves fast. It's nice and thick. I'm literally thinking to myself, it's going to be like a lot of the indie books where the last 8 pages are just going to be freaking advertisements, for another comic book or a product or something like that, right? No. Every single page in here, including that advertisement that you saw, with the exception of the back, which that will show the covers of a whole bunch of other comic books that Scout Comics has. Bro, I'm saying everything in here was pure story. I'm loving what Scout Comics is bringing. Apparently these guys have been around for a minute. I didn't know. Rectifying that hard. Guys, I'm going to be reading a couple of Scout Comics today. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you on the next review. Seriously, go out and pull list this. All right? Seriously, this is one of those books I'm telling you right now. If you liked anything I said in this review about this comic book, I promise you, you could put it on your pull list before you even read the first page. It's that good. You're going to love it. Trust me, you're welcome. Talk to you guys later. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.